today we are going to be making homemade pizza. So we want pizza, but we don't live anywhere where anybody would be able to deliver pizza. So you gotta make it yourself. So in the bowl, we're gonna start off with a cup of flour. I've got 3/4 cup of warm water that I went ahead and add the yeast to. Because if you can see, well, I bet you can't. It's very foamy, and if you smell it, very yeasty. You wanna make sure that I found that I have more luck when I pre-activate the yeast before I add it in. So, looking at my thing here, I added the cup of flour. I'm gonna go ahead and add the instant yeast in the water. I'm gonna get a spatula out to mix. And then I'm gonna do salt and sugar. So I need 1.5 teaspoons of sugar. Sugar is what yeast likes to eat. So I'm gonna give that a little stir. Kind of sloppily do that. And then 3/4 teaspoon of salt. So I'm gonna do half and 1/4. Stir that in. Then from my spices, garlic powder and some basil. So we're gonna just do a light little sprinkling of some basil. And try not to go too super heavy-handed with the garlic, because I tend to do that because I really like garlic. But it can get really sharp if you add too much garlic into something.
So the reason we're doing it kind of this way is because we're going to at least try to make the crust as a stuffed crust, or as those little like pull apart.
Try to make it like something you'd actually get from Pizza Hut.
Yeah, we're trying our best to make it.
What's your go-to when you order pizza? Like if you could get pizza from anywhere, where would you get pizza from?
Honestly, Little Caesars, just because of their $5 hot and ready.
But money no price. What's the best delivery pizza?
I've never really gotten it delivered, so.
Okay. All right, then we need 2 tablespoons of olive oil. 1 and 2. Put all my little spoons in here, and then mix it all together. The garlic smells good. What's up? Does it smell like a skunk? I don't think so. It smells like. It smells like.
It smells like the dogs brought in a skunk.
Did you bring in a skunk? Oh, look at him.
Boom, boom, boom. Hi, new girl. No, it is the garlic. That's why I don't like the smell of garlic. It reminds me of a skunk.
Vampire. Don't trust him.
It just reminds me of a skunk.
Nobody trust him. How long have you been 17 now? Alright, now we're going to add in another cup of flour. I'm going to actually do a little bit less than a cup, and I'm not going to add it all in at once. So I want to make sure I get it fully incorporated. It's about half. I think it's only going to make one, like, medium-sized pizza.
So that's all we need.
Yeah. But... Oh.
Flinging flour on me.
Sorry.
We're just making a cohesive ball right now.
Yeah, this is looking really good. So I added in a little bit less than a full cup of flour, but like not
a whole bunch less, just
yeah, I would say like
maybe an eighth of a cup less.
yeah, probably about that. And what I'm gonna do is do one of those.
Oil the sides.
Yep. Make sure they got oil all over it. I'm gonna form it, kind of tuck it in on itself to form a nice ball. It's a little bit sticky, but not that bad. So put it in, flip it over, and that's it. Now we're gonna, well, that's not it. We're gonna cover it with a towel, and we're actually gonna put it over on our stove. Stove is running.
That will be heating up in a second.
Yeah, so then it'll be nice and warm. And then we're gonna let it sit for 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Starting.
Obi. Why you laying in the dirt, little boy?
Oh, we're out of parchment paper. Whoops, no idea.
Why are you laying in the dirt?
Okay, so it's been 30 minutes. We are preheating our oven at 425 degrees.
Look at that rise.
So we're gonna poke it, see how it's doing. Good, looks good. Okay, so now we're gonna take it. I'm gonna try and get it out without getting so much oil on it. Put it on a nicely floured surface. And we wanna get it out to 12 inches, so you could roll it, but what I'm gonna try is ah.
And that's why it's so hard.
Yeah, you have to be really quick.
Yeah.
I made a really, I need to.
Oh, you made a little hole in it.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Very nice.
Looking good there. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit more flour. Make sure it's not gonna stick to itself. Just really light. Oh, really?
Oh no.
Our table.
It's broken. Oh, don't forget this spot right here. I'm not gonna touch it because I haven't washed my hands.
A little spot there too. Okay. We have a pretty. I think it'll actually be pretty okay. It'll be.
It will
thinner
rise
crust.
a little bit in the oven, but it's not gonna be too terrible.
So I've got some string cheese here, and this is how we're going to be making our stuffed crust. So opening up a thing of string cheese, laying it down, and then wrapping it and then pinching it. So we're getting a nice crust, but there's cheese in the middle. Alrighty.
I'm thinking just a little bit more cheese. What do you think?
Maybe.
Hmm?
Yeah. I'm gonna get my little silicone brush. I'm gonna brush olive oil on the edges. Ignore Apple. She's upset that she's not in the kitchen. That's Apple Snapple being upset. Can you go ahead and open the sauce?
She's an upsetty apple.
The only thing is we're not making our own pizza sauce.
Which we know is a travesty.
But it's not because we don't want to. Well, it's not because we don't know how to. It's because we don't want to. We can still use it.
What can we use to make it thicker though? Because we don't want our bread to be soggy.
We could blind bake it a little bit.
Sure.
So I'm gonna throw it in the oven a little bit and give it a nice.
We may have blind baked it a little bit long. Hence the cheese spreading out.
Mm-hmm. Is that enough, or you think I should do a little bit more?
Yeah, just a little bit more. That looks good. Now we're gonna do a layer of other cheese.
Do you want to do it?
Just put the rest of it on there, honestly. Yeah, but it will definitely bake down.
Okay.
And a nice coating of pepperonis, unlike the pizzas that you get from Kroger. I just took it out of the oven, and look at that nice golden brown crust with the good toppings. All right, we'll come back after we've tasted it a little bit, and oh, actually, I'm gonna cut it.
Here, I'll put the camera. Sounds like it's got a good crust.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's leaking.
That's why we have the other pan. Way too hot.
All right, so I think we're gonna go ahead and shout out. Thanks for watching.
We're not done yet. We have to tell them how it tastes.
Oh, okay. Ooh, okay, got a little bit there. Nice.
Is that your plate? So, what do you think?
It turned out really, really good. It was definitely, I wouldn't have added so many pepperonis, but I like that you were able to add as many pepperonis as you wanted to.
I wanted more pepperonis, so.
The cheesy crust turned out really, really good. I think the only thing different that I would do is
Blind bake it a little less.
blind bake it a little bit less. I think we kind of got a little distracted, but I think the blind bake was really, really important, especially with the pasta sauce that we used, or the pizza sauce that we used.
I do agree with that.
It was a lot thinner than like your normal pizza sauce, so that would have made the entire thing just really soggy. But we got a really good, really crispy, really nice crust. It wasn't super duper thick or super duper thin. I think it turned out really good. And then this right here is just melted butter, garlic powder, a little bit of basil and salt. And then it's like a little garlic dipping sauce for the crust.
Yeah, and I'm going to use it on mine too, but hey,
Give me another piece.
I will. So we will see you in the next video. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Bye.